You are paying 10 times more for AI than you need to, right now. The difference isn't which AI company you pick, it's which model inside that company you pick. And 95% of developers and creators never look at this. Here's the reality. Claude Haiku 4.5 costs $1 per million input tokens. Claude Sonnet 5 costs $3 per million. Claude Fable 5, the top flagship, costs $10 per million. That's a 10x spread from the cheapest to the most expensive Claude model alone. The mistake everyone makes, they pick one model and use it for everything. They run their simple classification task on Fable 5 when Haiku would do it in a fraction of a second for a fraction of the cost. That's throwing money away. Step 1. Understand the 3 tiers. Every major AI lab has them. Anthropic calls them Haiku, Sonnet, and Opus or Fable. OpenAI has GPT-4o Mini at $0.15 per million tokens and GPT 5.5 at $5 per million. Google has Gemini 2.5 Flash Lite at $0.1 per million and Gemini 3.1 Pro at $2 per million. Tier 1 is fast and cheap. Tier 3 is slow and expensive. Tier 2 is the sweet spot for most production work. Step 2, match the task to the tier. Ask yourself one question. Does this task require judgment, nuance, or synthesis? If no, it's a Tier 1 task. Routing emails, labeling categories, simple extraction, keyword matching, short factual answers, all Tier 1. Haiku, GPT-4o Mini, Gemini 2.5 Flash Lite. If yes, does it require deep reasoning, long multi-step thinking, complex code generation? That's Tier 3. Everything else, drafting, summarization, conversation, typical coding, belongs in Tier 2. Step 3, run the real math. Suppose you process 10 million tokens per month, a reasonable number for any app with regular users. On Claude Haiku 4.5, $10 per month. On Claude Sonnet 5, $30 per month. On Claude Fable 5, $100 per month. For a task that Haiku handles correctly 97% of the time, using Fable 5 costs you 10 times more for a 3% quality improvement that your users probably can't perceive. Step 4. Test before you route. Do not assume the cheaper model fails. Run your actual prompts through Haiku first. Measure accuracy. If it's above 95% for your use case, you're done. Ship Haiku. If it falls short, step up to Sonnet. Only escalate to Fable or Opus when Sonnet genuinely fails the task. This discipline alone can cut your AI bill by 60 to 80% without touching any logic. Most teams who do this find that 70% of their calls were running on the wrong tier. Step 5. Cascade routing. Advanced builders use a routing layer. You call the cheap model first. If its response confidence is low, or if it triggers a fallback keyword, you escalate automatically to the next tier. Anthropic's documentation calls this model fallback chaining. You get Tier 1 cost on 70% of calls, Tier 2 on 25%, and only pay Tier 3 rates on 5% of your most complex queries. Your effective cost drops to close to Tier 1 pricing while maintaining Tier 3 quality where it matters. Step 6. Do the same across providers. Do not be loyal to one lab. For simple tasks, Google's Gemini 2.5 Flash at 10 cents per million tokens is one of the cheapest capable models available from any major provider. For mid-tier work, Claude Sonnet 5 and GPT 5.4 are both priced around $2 to $3 per million input tokens and compete directly. Pick the one that performs better on your specific prompt pattern. You can benchmark them in 20 minutes. Here's the payoff. When you combine tier routing with provider selection, your effective cost per call often drops to 10 to 15% of what you were paying when you started. Not from any discount or deal, just from using the right model for the right job. The tools are all public. The pricing pages are all online. The teams winning with AI right now are not the ones with the biggest budgets. They are the ones who know exactly what they are paying for and why. Subscribe and follow along. All week we go deeper into this topic, one skill per day.